happy day as me because I've been a kid in me. How about you guys? How was the day? Did you guys do the
full,
exercise who
full of
were here on the
man,
call
full of
yesterday?
popcorn and ice cream. Mine was full of popcorn and ice cream.
Okay, that's Anita ji, right? Yeah. Hello, Lena. Hi. Um, awesome. All the judgments, all the conclusions from last 2 days we have on this call, all the projections we have on this call, can we just try and navigate first? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, on Nasha boys and beyonds. Sorry, my eyes are working towards because I'm still trying to work it from my laptop as soon as I get. Okay. So should I start or do you have any questions to start with? How was your yesterday? Any feedbacks from yesterday?
कौन है?
Oh, baby.
Hi, kid.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for being here. Who all
Huh?
kids are here today? Yeah, can I see the kids? Hey, come on, guys,
My
show
name
your
is Vivan.
faces.
My name is Vivan.
Hey, Revan, how are you? Thank you for joining us. So grateful that you're here. What questions do you have, Rehan? Do you have any questions?
Vivan, what question you have asked?
And auntie,
Yeah.
in in I don't what in studies I'm too slow in writing and I'm too slow in reading and I I am tired of I always not like to study also.
Oh, so is that true, Rehan? Are you slow? Are you too fast?
I'm slow in normal but I'm little fast in cursive. Just
In
little
cursive.
fast.
But then who told you that you were slow?
I know. In that time the period get over in
Mm-hmm.
one day in one school. One day in school.
Mm-hmm.
One subject will I'll not do complete. That's why in one subject.
But
Or last
okay.
subject, first, second subject, or like that.
Mm. So does it happen that you kind of the moment you see the book, you know everything, but to read as what teacher says, you go slow? Is it that?
No, it's not
No.
bad.
So you do not even understand at all what
Sometimes
teacher
I
says?
understand. I
Okay.
sometimes
Sometimes?
not understand.
Okay.
Yes,
So you do
sometimes.
not understand what teacher says or you do not understand the concept?
Yeah.
You
What
understand the
concept?
concept?
Like in Hindi,
Mm-hmm.
English,
Mm-hmm.
English.
Mm-hmm. So, but if you see pictures and movies, do you understand them? Do you love movies? Do you watch pictures, videos?
Yes, yes.
And if anything given you in your videos, do you understand that?
Sometimes I don't.
You don't understand the movies also. Are you
I
sure?
understand, but just not 2, 3 words. Only I don't understand.
That's okay, yeah. We are little words. We do not know the vocabulary, but you know everything, right?
Yes,
So can you acknowledge that
right.
you know, but you do not know what others want you to say? Do you get that? आपको
Yes.
समझ आता है, right? जो टीचर जैसे चाहती है आपको बोलना वो आप नहीं बोल पाते हो, right? Dulari, can you put yourself on mute, please? Dulari, can you be on mute? Dulari, there's a lot of noise from your end. Mute पे डाल दो. Thank you. No, yeah. हाँ, बताओ. हाँ, Rehan, so you know, right? You get it. But because
Yes,
the teacher and everybody else says the way they want, you do not understand that much. So you think you're slow.
yes,
So can you send that back to them that that is their point of view कि you do not understand. वो कहते हैं, but आपको आता है समझ. So can you ask yourself and your everything around you, all your angels and all your fairies and everything you think is around you, can you ask them to contribute and tell you to slow down and or to fasten up so that you can catch up with the other person's speed? Can you ask
yes,
everything to contribute to you? I'll tell you my story. When I
yes,
was young, I did not understand anything, and I used to think that I am a dumb student because I did not learn at the speed of what my teacher said. I did not get 100% marks, and I always thought that I do not understand and I'm a dumb student and I'm very slow, or either I'm dumb. But when my son was growing, I was teaching him. Can you guys put yourself on mute, Dulari? Please, sweetheart. Thank you. So when I was growing, and then when I was teaching him, I could understand everything, and I was like, why is that happening? How do they? I mean, now I'm understanding everything. And then it was like one of the friends of mine. She told me that, what if you're too fast? You just read it and you know everything. You do not know the way they are asking you to tell. I said, wow, that was fun. And then I started looking at that way. And the more I acknowledge that I do understand, it's not the way they want me to understand. So I was like, okay, I used to ask myself, what would they like to hear from me? And I used to ask everything around me to contribute to me. And I still do that. And then anything and everything that is required in that class or in that examination, that is to come out of me. So can you play
Okay,
with that?
no.
So can you actually try that with you? Today
Yes.
when you study, tell your book to contribute and tell everything for you to get slow, because it is too
Yes.
fast for you. So tell that, okay, I have to learn according to what others want. So book, can you slow down? And ask your being to slow down and understand. And while reading, can you
Okay.
make pictures in your head? Okay, make a story out
No.
of it when you're reading. Start doing that. And Lena, what if you can do that and try to communicate with him with pictures in his head?
Okay, I'll do that.
And whatever you want to say him,
Okay.
download with that picture rather than the words, and not making him wrong because he has different capacities.
Okay,
Is that possible?
I do that.
And
Awesome.
auntie,
Yeah.
sometimes in my dreams, that horror things come, ghost and all
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
So
get
are you
scared and I don't sleep also properly.
shit? I have been trying to find those horror ghosts from my childhood. I never found them. So next time you see them, can you send it to me? There is nothing called horror, because probably you saw movies or something. Did you ever see any movies which showed horror stuff? How do you know it is horror? How do you it's how do you know it's dangerous? Where did you see them? Did you see it in your cartoon movies or did you see it in movies? Where did you see? Yeah, Rehan. I think you gone frozen. Rehan, can you hear me? Hello. I think they got frozen. So, guys, I wonder if that goes on in your worlds also, with the ghost stories and stuff, and how kids get scared. I wish he comes online, and I would like to talk back to him. So it's also that did we first pick that this is good, bad, and this is horror story? Can you go in your universes and right now check where it was for the first time? Give me a moment.
हाँ, बात कर.
Auntie,
ऊपर हो गया.
Yeah, beta.
that horror, I said you
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't play those games. My friends play sometimes only. See,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
only
how do you know that
sometimes.
they are horror? How do you know? Who told you that that is horror?
No, sometimes they play those games and sometimes I see.
Mm. So when you
See.
see them, so can you scare them out? Tell them that I am the biggest horror of my life. If you touch me, I'm going to kill you.
No, they are not scared.
No, because you are scared. You are thinking that you're scared. What if you
Yeah,
can tell them that I am the bigger, because I have a body, I'm bigger and greater than you, and you
but
cannot do anything to me.
but in 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 my
Mm-hmm.
building there's
Mm-hmm.
only two 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 one boy and one girl are
Mm-hmm.
smaller than me and all are
Mm-hmm.
bigger than me. And one
Okay, then.
girl, she is not my friend. She is in my standard only third.
So are they horror? Are you scared of them, or are you scared of some horror characters?
Horror characters, horror games in night.
But are you
Okay, so
scared of
today when
them?
you
Yeah,
are you
anyway.
scared of
No.
them, or are you scared of your elder people around you?
No.
So who are you
I'm
scared of?
not
I did
scared
not get.
from ghost. In my
Ghost.
dreams always come.
Okay, can you ask them in
That
the
time I
dream?
don't
Go
see
away.
the ghost videos also. That time
Hmm.
also I never see.
No, but did you not see Pehle se? Did you see it earlier and you knew what ghost meant?
Yes.
What
Have
is
you, right?
Chandana?
So when you seen it first, so could you, wherever you first learned it, that whosoever told you it was a ghost, it was a lie. Okay, there is nothing called ghost on the planet.
Yeah, in games there are ghost games
They just
and all that.
create because it's fun. In the games we create, have they ever done anything to you?
No. But in my
So
dreams, the games, the game horror
because
characters come in my dream and scare me up.
yeah, so now be present with that and now tell yourself there are no ghosts. And now when you, because you're playing the game that's fun for you, and same thing you dream. So what when they come in the dream and tell them that I can kill you? You're not greater than me. You're not bigger because there is no ghost.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah, that's true, right? Because they've never done anything. Because all my life I tried finding ghosts, and all the kids are my friends. I really ask them if anybody meets a ghost, tell them to come and meet me. But till date, nobody has come. So that means there is no ghost. Tell them come
But
in
there
the
are
morning
no
and I'll see you.
ghost.
There's no ghost. I told you so many times, na beta. There's no ghost as such. This is only.
No, so play with it. Don't this time tonight. If they come in your dream, tell them to come to me. Say go to Aradhana auntie, and if you do anything, I'll kill you.
Okay.
Okay? Done?
Done?
Yes.
હજી કઈ પૂછવું છે? You want to ask Kea Nived વાળું?
Huh. Auntie, there are two brother sister named Kia and Nived. That Kia is that third standard one and Nived is more bigger than both of us. They
Hmm.
both are not my friends. They always tell others to don't play with Ivan, don't play with me like that. They tell all the kids of the society.
So what can you do there? Can you send them a picture in their head and say them, do not say that? Can you
Okay.
energetically in their head make a picture, do not touch me? Have you seen the cartoon where they send it energetically a vibe, a signal?
Yes.
Do not touch
Yes.
me. Can you do that?
I don't
Can
know
you?
how to do.
You don't know? Okay, right now I'll send you a signal. Then tell me what did I tell you? So can you tell? You send a signal to mommy, say something, and do not say, but energetically say. Think that you're saying it to her. So, mommy, could you get something?
Yeah, he wants to eat ice cream.
Eh, no,
Did you say
I
that?
said don't touch me.
You said don't touch me. Did you say that?
Yeah.
But
What
mama
is
has.
that?
But what was maybe
Okay,
inside she
another
knew.
one. I'll do.
Okay, let's play. Because right now mama's putting head into it. She knows that you're sending something. So did you? So you know how to do it, right? So
What
you
I
could
said.
do that.
He knows because he is using these tools. Go back once you came, never come to my
Oh, so
board game.
ठीक है. Perfect. Then do you know it? Send
And
it
then he
back.
also used these tools. I'm sending back to the center.
Rehan, you are very smart. You know all the tools.
He immediately, he do all this mischief and he immediately comes and said pot pock.
Oh my God, you know everything. You're smart, Rehan. What
Hot
are you
park.
manipulating? Who are you manipulating, Rehan?
You know Narayan Reiki?
No.
He's do the Reiki also. He's a Reiki. He learned
Oh my
Reiki
God.
also.
Yeah, I know
So,
also tarot reading. Tarot
oh
cards.
my God, Rehan, you're such a smart kid. So can you acknowledge you know everything? It's a choice you have to make.
How I learned
He already met Gary also, and Gary told him that you are manipulating so much. Even Ratanjit
See?
uncle also told him
I want to tell you something.
when he was 2 years old. That time he met Gary. Gary says, "Privan, you don't manipulate with such things, huh?"
Yeah. So, Rehan, wherever you're manipulating, your mommy knows better. I mean, you can manipulate mommy, but you can't manipulate me. So, can we stop manipulating? See, if you're manipulating yourself the first. So, who's
Okay.
gonna miss on marks? You. Who's gonna lose on friends? You. So, that's a choice you have to make. So, acknowledge that you know everything. You're different, and you know it to operate very differently than other kids know. Do
Yes.
not try to be like other kids.
Because he
Be
runs the
you.
bars for age of 5.
Hmm.
He started
So
running
truth,
bars,
Lena,
Adarsh.
does he even have a problem? What do you get?
Actually, he don't have a problem, but he wants to talk to you. I said, okay, you
I'm
talk to
happy.
her.
I'm very happy he's contributing so beautifully.
Because he is running the bars, he's using all the tools of Reiki. He do the
Hmm.
tarot reading, and he's tarot reading. He's asking the fees 5,000 also for reading.
Mm-hmm. Wow, wow.
And
Because I could sense that. He's like a smart kid. He knows
he
everything.
says I can. He's using angels also. I'm not introduced, but he used the angels also.
And
But
Hmm.
he's lying so much. So I always
But
say don't
that's okay.
lie.
So can you be present with him that
yeah,
he
I
is
want to tell you
manipulating?
something.
Yeah.
Uh, my
You got you got muted, bacha.
saw my mom and learn it.
See
I
how
saw my
smart you are. If mom learned it, you learned it very fast. And you, where are you slow then? You're not slow, right? How many kids know that? What you know? The moment you saw your mommy, you learned it. So how
yeah.
come you're slow? So wherever you're telling yourself that lie that you do not know and you're slow, can you let that go, please?
That time,
Say yes.
yes.
Thank you. Awesome. There you go.
Chalo, say bye.
That's okay.
Bye. See you
Thank you, Rehan, for
again.
your question. Yes, love you. Thanks.
Mazabuan.
Mazabo
Any
Abhi,
other?
go.
Yeah. Thank you, Lena. That was such a contribution. Yes, guys. Any questions here regarding this? No questions? So, this is in a lot of worlds that this happens, and when kids say that, they do not understand, they're slow. Please, first question, you should always have this awareness to yourself that are they slow or are they too fast? And wherever you also yourself in your life were too fast and to never acknowledge, can you today acknowledge that? Wow. And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, receive, know, be that, can you let that go today? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the share, birth and nuance. So, what are you all holding so strong around parents and kids? Kids as parents, parents as kids, and what is that? Anybody would like to talk that? Because there's a lot of energy there. So, how much are you still, how many people of you are still in that anger mode with their parents? Or this could have been better, this could have been that could have been the other thing. There's a lot of energy which is like I could sense right now. Anybody would like to talk about it?
Aradhana, it's not anger, but it's
Who's that?
something is suppressed. The suppressed thing is there.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
So what is that?
so what I wanted to be, I was
Mm-hmm.
never allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The
So, mhm.
elder daughter. So,
So are you still holding that? For what reason?
uh,
Are you not grown up now?
yes, I am.
So what is the value of holding that so strong until today?
So it just pops up sometimes when I am unable to do what I am like what I like to do. So
Mm-hmm.
at that time when I am not getting it done or not getting, so that things pops up that यार कभी करने ही नहीं दिया तो अब कैसे होगा? Maybe
Wow.
that
So
is
how
an
much are you
excuse.
using that as an excuse? Thank you for saying that's where I wanted to hit it. How much of that are you all using that as to not create? Can you guys see how you're manipulating? I thought that little child, Rihanna, is manipulating. But in that manipulation, we forget that we're manipulating ourselves all the time. So this is how we are still being victim, pathetic, and using that victimization to our advantage of like all the time, like, hey, I wish I could have done that. Tab nahi kiya. I mean, who can stop? There is like, you're still young, but you're still holding at from their point, and a lot of people, parents even pass off, and people are still holding it. That mom did not know. Can you not choose today? What stops you from choosing it? So, truth, is it that because they did not let you choose then, you are not able to choose, or you really do not want to choose that? Thank you for being so vulnerable, sweetheart, Preeti. It was, I mean, that was so much of a energy that has been showing from you guys. Like, I've been sensing it. So I really wanted to hit that until you guys were ready to go there. So it's like, how much are we, how many excuses are we using to not create? Is there anybody tell me actually, because of your childhood, you are suffering? Is that true? You've grown up, we have grown up bodies, but inside us, that little being is still lying unattended. And that at every point, each of us, mostly, I mean, you'll be the lucky one if you do not have it, but there is a point where we held that anger within us deep down. It is an anger, and we held it as an anger against them, against us, and we have been rejecting ourselves. And then with that rejection has become such an autopilot that we are not willing to create beyond it. But if you actually put your barriers down and you go to that very point where you thought that you have to make it so significant in your life, and had that incident not been there in your life, you wouldn't have created the lives you have. And I bet you guys that there is nothing that you do not want that has been made to, you have been forced to do. You have chosen not to do, but there's a blame, regret, guilt, victimization going on in all the worlds. And where, oh, childhood, man. It's like you never find the right couple who are happy as a husband, wife, or a relationship. And there are no kid and a parent relationship generally which has not been manipulated with each other and have been happy and not holding a regret against. But everywhere I've seen that regrets have been held are because, and every kid has been using it to their advantage. Whether when we were kids, whether our kids are there, because we have been holding those point of view. So everything that is today, are we willing to give up? Are we willing to change here on this platform today and open that for other zillions of people who we are holding with this point of view? Yes? Preeti, smile. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, walk, all night, shove, boys and beyond. Also, yeah, Charu, go ahead.
With after you complete this, I wanted to talk
Yeah,
about
no,
control.
control. Yeah. So what about control? Ask.
So every time for me in my universe, I'm not able to put it in generalized version.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, whenever my father is trying to control or my brother is trying to control me now, it really, am I willing to get control? And I say no. It's like I can't even fake it that yes,
Okay.
so strong that no, I don't want to get control anymore.
So
Like
is it yours? Is it yours, Charu? Are you aware of their world, of their rebel, of control, what control means to them? First thing first, let's see there, and then we'll go further from here.
okay.
So wherever we all have made control wrong, like it's a place of being freedom. And what if you're no one? Then where is the control? If you're nobody today, and you put them in what they're saying, and you do not become Charu, or you do not become their daughter or sister, and just listen from a point of view of nobody, so then how would it that be?
So it brings up a lot of drama. For example, like, why you're coming by 11? And I'm like,
Mhm.
God, like I'm 35. Why are you asking that question to me? And
So
if
is it that if they won't ask that question also, would you not like that? Oh, nobody is even bothered. You
not,
have that drama in your world?
no,
Truth.
no,
Okay. So do you really want to be taken care by them or not? Truth.
no.
Okay. So then what is it?
It's just a couple of times when I'm not fitting into their norms.
Mm-hmm.
Like for there, the norms is that girl should come home by 8:39
Mm-hmm.
and shouldn't be moving out after 9.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is just that time, they don't want that. Or maybe
Did we not? Did you hear the first call when he
first,
spoke to Mehak? Mehak, Ajay's daughter, how she was not, this whole thing of that the girls are not allowed to go out and should
yeah,
not be going out at that hour. So it was
yeah,
like, how much more can you, what if they're not, first, they're not wrong.
yeah, they
What
are
if
not.
they're coming from the space of
Yeah.
total, caring and whatever this reality says.
So their thing is that he says, I have spoken, I've gone to different layers that okay, you don't trust me, and they say no, it's not about me, we not trusting you, we don't trust the world, and we are concerned. So if somebody is coming and picking you and dropping you, we are okay. But then it's, if that is resolved, then next comes, why are you traveling so much? Why can't you sit at home? Like, why do you have to be on the toes all the time? Like, it comes as
So,
a
so I remember Charu, because I can. So everywhere we think that we have to reason it out. You need destroy none at all. So that's my
yes,
mantra in my life for everything. It's not only for money. For me, it's everything. Why are you traveling? Why are you doing this? Because I can. Because I choose to. Simple. Yeah,
and I
of
love
course
it,
they're
right? Yeah,
correct. And what
yeah,
if it is like when they're saying that, whole idea of that, okay, thank you for caring. Can you be grateful to them? Actually grateful to them.
yeah.
And then how can you outmanage it? Where are the questions here? There's no question in it. You have already concluded that they're controlling.
So I go up to gratitude, and then I don't
Your
ask
voice is
any
cracked.
question. I say, why do you have to always
Exactly.
control me?
So, guys,
But do
question is the biggest savior of your life. Remember, people who are from Axis, well and good, they know the importance of a question. People who are not from Axis, guys, question. Question is the key to everything in your life. And your question, your awareness, nobody else can give to you. So for you, it's your world, your story. You have to question yourself all the time. What is this? What can I do with it? There are a lot of time that on my groups which I've been playing Be the Change and stuff, people have been asking questions. They want to be spoon fed, and I'm a very very strict
totally.
facilitator, you might say. And anything come God, and even if I see people giving answer, I'm like interesting point of view, and I'm like laughing. I will always ask, what do you know? What do you know? I know it really bugs people that it's no point asking Aradhana, it's bullshit. She'll just say, what do you know? I know when to hit it. So I do energetically read it. And at times I do give the feedback. But mostly I will like, hey, what do you know? What if you can question it like this? What if you can question it like that? But most of the time we have already concluded things that they are trying to control me. Number one, control me. And is that true? Wouldn't anybody be able to control an infinite being ever? Is that
No,
possible?
no.
So who are we lying? There is a lie in it. That's what we get bugged. So everything is a lie. And then the amazing question for everything is, would an infinite being do this? Can an infinite being be slow? Can an infinite being be too fast? Can an infinite being be bad, good? No. So it's a biggest savior as a child, as an adult. There is nothing that is correct, right, and wrong, or an infinite being cannot or can do. I mean, there's everything that you can, but it's just the choice that you're making. So when you say that, Charu, that you're not willing to be controlled, what is that? You're muted. You're mute.
I just want, like, I don't want to be questioned. Yeah.
So when you do not want to be, what would you be? So
I
what you
will,
resist persist.
yeah, I will
Correct?
be questioned then.
So not that you're creating at all, right?
I am.
There is nobody I can challenge you. Come on this call, and if I will not be able to clear that for you, that you are the creator, master creator of your lives.
So everywhere I'm creating control, I destroy and uncreate it all.
Yeah, and then just acknowledgement to it.
And
Okay, I am controlling, and how much I love controlling.
and yeah, is it also that yeah, what you said is I'm also controlling?
Are you?
Yes.
Oh God, look at your smile, babes.
Like I
You
just
asking me?
manipulated a kid yesterday. So she was constantly eating, like constant means 8 hours she kept on eating. Maybe 3-4 bottles of Coke she drank. I said, okay, you can drink whatever you want to. 23 hours you can eat, 1 hour you'll do bars, then you are allowed. Said, no, I'll do 10 minutes. I said, only I'll feed you for 1 hour. So,
So is that control bad? So there is
no,
it's just energy. You
yeah,
put the name behind it, control. You put the name Charu behind it, so that energy becomes that.
yeah.
So whatever names you are giving to energy, it becomes slow, fast, good, ugly, Aradhana, Charu, Priyanka, Simi, any name. It just takes that shape and form of that in name. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Anybody else who says who's been controlled, please come here. Who's bichara pathetic here? Anybody? No, everybody got scared of me. Shit. I love it. Thank you. Everything that's bringing up, can we let that go, please? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, and sure, boys and beyond. Other thing I wanted to discuss was love, parent-child love. So, what does love means to you in your life, guys? Anybody, anything around parenting, love, and do you trust love? Are you waiting for love? Are you being loved? Are you loving your kids? Any queries there?
Hi.
So, Lena, hey Lena, how are you? Good
Good.
to
How
see
are
you,
you?
sweetheart. Awesome.
Okay, so my dad was very rough with me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a lot of beatings, beltings, being locked in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was the discipline is good for you
Mm-hmm.
because we love you.
Mm-hmm. You
So
love you. So,
so how does that? Yeah. So how
so
does that play out then as you grow older
yeah. So
with
you
your
tell
view
me
to
how's
love?
love in your life when you grew older?
Um. Uh. It's very on and off. Like
So
if it gets.
who do you think in your life loves you?
So this is the thing, right? After all this happened, now my dad tells me, "You're my favorite. Don't tell the other two, but you're my favorite. I love you the most."
And what do you have to say about it?
But I don't feel it. Like he says the words, but I don't feel it.
And so could you love anybody after that? Could you love a man? Could you
Yeah, I mean I could, but it's only that much and not more.
Mhm. So it's like amazing. I can just share my input in is that it's I remember reading this foundation as when I've been facilitating so many times. It's like while reading one day around the parenting, and every time the manual keeps changing, and by the time we had the manual, it was around the family also, and big choices, small choices, and love, and it was a detail. And I was reading through 2 3 times. I facilitated, and I'm like, shit, love, and my whole world blasted. I'm like, oh, because my mom had wanted her child to be perfect. And also why I was so attracted to Dane was my question, and that was all going on while in it. So was then because that was the first person in my life who never judged me. So I got so attracted, pulled towards that person. I'm
Okay.
like, shit. And it's like, then I realized that whenever I was growing also, my parents had so much judgments of themselves. So they could judge me. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, love meant judgment. So if anybody is loving me, will tell me all bad things about me. Okay, you've gone fat from here. This dress is looking nice on you or not. Okay, my mommy is telling. I'm sure if mama is telling I've gone fat. I'm sure if this is happening, I'm not looking nice. So was it actually love? So it is not to blame to my mother, but the only thing she knew was because she wanted her child to be loved by everybody.
So in my case, I know it's abuse, right? Because if you're belting
Right.
a 5-year-old, it's abuse.
Yeah. So it is an abuse. So whatever I was getting was an abuse. I was
Yeah.
being abused of saying that I'm loved, and that is why I could not trust anybody ever.
Right.
And it was like, but for me, love meant that for me, everywhere I judged everybody, and I had to judge my family. I have to be the best critic of the family. And little here to here, I will tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I started growing up like that because I didn't. That is the energy I caught, and also I caught the energy of what my mother was thinking about herself.
Yeah.
But nobody told me, but I made everything as mine.
Okay.
So all those judgments, all those years kept coming around with me. And I kept saying that I'm not a good girl. And as I shared yesterday about being tall and, a big, heavy child, and
Mhm.
which probably when I remember for the first time I went to US, people said, oh, you are petite. And I looked at them like, what do you mean I'm petite? I'm like, I have been I feel like I'm a round or a, big, huge girl all my life. And actually when I saw, I said, yeah, but why do I always think that about myself? But honestly, till date, I have the reminiscences of it. Because it's been so ingrained in you by your parents, and when you've been born, you make them your God. So that has so
Yeah.
and then when Dane was there and he's like, hey, how beautiful you are. And then I started noticing that he's saying beautiful to every woman. I mean, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
How she's not beautiful. I mean, you go to the outer person, she's not beautiful. He's saying beautiful to her. And but still every time you're around him, you're like, what's there in him? And that's when for the first time it hit me. True love is no judgment. So do we even truly love ourselves? So and as you said that it was in your childhood that your father abused you, as we say, and that's why knowing and how it
Mm-hmm.
feels to you that when you're born, you do know which family you're born to, which parents are you creating, so that is when how I was telling that there is a point where you were hit in or you have a memory of your childhood which is still date affecting you, rather than you going
Yeah.
there and acknowledging that you created that and now you're grown up and you can stop. So wherever you're holding those
Okay.
memories, can you go there? What gift was that in it? What and it was your creation. Do you still require it? Do you still want to play pathetic and victim in your life, or would you like to give up that?
Mm-hmm.
And then also acknowledging that okay,
Yeah, I
yes,
would
my
definitely
parents were
like
abusing me, and
that.
fine, and I made them abuse, fine. And what has that gifted? What if abuse is also not wrong? Because and consciousness includes everything, right? So it is a play we are playing in this
Okay.
reality, which we are like, a role. Probably
Hmm.
you took a
Mm-hmm.
role of a
Like my
Leena
other.
and a body of Leena. I
Soti
took a
Arun.
role of Aradhana and a body of Aradhana. So everybody was playing our games. And then we get so mugged up into that whole story. And that is what we call Maya Jal. We are so engrossed in our own manipulations that we are going round and round rather than acknowledging here I am in this moment. Either you're living in the past or you're living in the fear of the future. Where are you living in
Mm-hmm.
now? So now when that is when I want you to go to your childhood and
Okay.
ask what all memories you're holding. Everybody, guys, What memories are you holding? Good, bad, ugly, all. Of your mother, because every memory you're holding has taken a space in your body.
Okay.
And that is creating also the knots in your body and also creating a joy in your body. Depends what kind of a memory you have, but it is a memory.
Okay.
So what if you can actually start releasing them now and be
Mhm.
here today? That was your father did. Why are you
Okay.
holding today? What are you holding that for? And what are you hiding yourself for? You're still using that.
What am I?
What are you hiding yourself for?
Okay.
Right? So any questions coming up, you can ask. I know I talk a lot. Say.
No, that's good. I'll do that.
Yeah. So everybody please go today. I mean, that can be a home play for today, that if you can actually be present to all the memories, sit down and did you guys actually do the yesterday's home play? That reminded me. I'm like, you had to write down what you want, how do you want your life to be, or who are not allowing you to have. That was for the home play I think I gave. You guys don't do your
No,
home
I
plays.
missed
That is very
yesterday's
good.
call. I'll watch it tonight and do
Yeah,
it.
but I think we're not posting the. We will post together. I mean, we're doing it on the YouTube, trying to
Okay.
do it on the YouTube so that more people can be present here because it's no fun. Everybody's keeping waiting for the. But I will eventually put it on the YouTube
Okay.
because also I messed up with the recordings yesterday. So I'm still trying to figure them out.
Okay. All
So
right.
anyway, yeah. So anyways, for today you can play with this home play that please go to every memory you're holding in your bodies, all the, and that is also the home play from other 2 days, all the anger you're holding against your parents. And
So you
wherever
can do
you
it for
blame
each
your,
emotion.
yeah, each emotion, each memory, whether good, bad, ugly, please release all.
Okay.
And
Even the
also,
good.
and even the good, because you're holding, you might get better. What
Okay.
else is possible? So wherever
Okay.
you only and then okay, wow, I could create that. So from that, those good memories, you can pull in energy and like, how can I use it to my advantage now in
Mm-hmm.
this day today, and keep releasing everything from there, and keep telling yourself, yeah, I've grown up, I'm here, I know everything, and please feed in this in your bodies and your being. I know I am not wrong. I
Okay.
know I am the biggest entity of my life.
Okay.
And take charge of your bodies, of your being. Stop doubting yourself. Stop being making any your parent wrong. And wherever, whatever relationship you are into, maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a partner, whatever relationship you guys are into, you are the best. You know the best. It's only the judgment part of which actually keeps you holding. So as Taru was asking, so it is we do not even go there of checking out, is it even yours, and are you aware of this other body around you? And if you're having a charge, that's when it's a question that okay, what is the charge in me here, and what is the
Okay.
other person gifting you? Yeah. So everywhere you're holding everybody of us are be holding any kind of abuses, and wherever we're making abuses wrong, can we destroy and unget that, please?
Yes.
So wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, unless you're born. We always wonder what magic in that be and what all the tens everybody on this group requires. And every time anybody hears this, all the tens to dissipate all the formations where you formed yourself, hardened yourself, and holding those grudges in. What if you can just release and you can be like little kiddos, fun, joyful, with no point of view? And everything that doesn't allow can be destroyed and unget. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork,
Yes.
unless you're born. Awesome. Anything else there,
Thank
Nina?
you.
Welcome, baby. Thanks. Anybody else? Yes, Utpreet? No. Okay, she's adjusting her earphone.
But I
Anybody
can
else?
ask something if
Yes, please. No, I mean, no, I mean, I'm here to.
I don't know if this has been discussed on the call or not.
Take second.
I
Just hold. Utpreet, give me a minute.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ask.
So day before yesterday also I wrote this question online, but I think you missed it.
Mhm.
My
since you know my son is 4,
Mhm.
everything is fine. He's not willing to write, and it is irritating me. I don't know how to get over it.
So I've told you, given you this advice earlier also, that first give up the point of view. You know, we all have this. I know too, these days kids are really, really different. They have different capacities. Please acknowledge it. And we are trying to put all the kids, and so was happened with us, that we were all trying to put in the same box. First, as a parent, if you will not have any point of view, nobody else will have a point of view. And what, how to deal with the teachers, I do get it. So what if you can tell your kids and put in their heads, either you can put the images in the head, download images in the head, or you can talk to them, if you can talk to them, that see, we totally get you're not wrong, we totally get you have different capacities and you do not like it, but in this reality this doesn't work, we have to be here, and what is required of you. So, you know, what if you can do this? If you do not, then you probably give the choices. This is this, this is this. And this leads to all this. What would you now like to choose? And then kids are very smart. Don't think they're little kids. They're 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They know it.
I know.
Like Rehan was kind of manipulating
Hmm.
through and through. When he kept talking, I could sense it. And that's when even, I mean, we all sensed, right? So the thing is, we are trying to be perfect parents. We want our kids to be perfect. We perfect around according to certain criteria of this reality. So what if you were no one? What if your kids are no one? Are you willing to fail completely? Are you willing to be a bad mother? Are you willing to be labeled that your child doesn't know anything? You know, stupid kid. Okay, interesting point of view. If you will be ease with it,
That's
only
the
can,
fear.
yeah, the only thing is you are not at ease.
Yeah.
That is why the unease has been created. The more you will be at unease, the more he'll show it to you, because you have a judgment to it again. And he's picking your judgment. That's what I was just telling, that when I was young, I picked all the judgments of my mother from everybody. I could pick their heads. So are they doing it. So you think you're not telling them, but then you're telling them everything.
I think I'm telling him more.
Yes. So you know, you don't think you know it, right? So can you acknowledge it, and it's your choice. And what not, if you cannot do it and you cannot change it, is also a choice, and be allowance of yourself. Right now, I cannot change it. And what else is possible here? And keep holding that. Okay, I'm holding that. My child is not like this. Okay, keep playing with it and keep observing it. Then I am being that energy to my child. And what if it is not wrong and right? Because that's how I choose to be in the 10 seconds. And it'll change when the moment, the more you keep observing, it'll start passing off. Yeah? Give me a break, guys, for a minute. Sorry, I'm still working out on my net. Yes. So is that clear, Rupi? Do you have more questions? I'm willing to help and contribute if you still have.
I think I'm doing this only. I want him to learn what every child of this age should be learning.
Yeah,
That's
should be learning. You know how it is
learning.
should.
Yes, I had learned swimming. He should be doing that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how
So
to
can
write.
you
He
all
should be doing
guys,
that.
you know how many shoulds were put on you?
A lot. It still is.
And
You should teach
always
a child.
treat your
Why
kids.
are you not teaching your
Always
child?
treat your kids as you wanted to be treated, not how you were treated, guys. You are the conscious beings. You know something different now. Can you acknowledge? You're on this call because you know something different. Acknowledge the capacities, the super capacities. Each one of you on this call has it. Each one of you is different. Please acknowledge it. And none of you here, including me, we will be same. We are all different. So what if you start questioning what is my capacity? What do I know? If nobody ever told me A, B, C, D, had nothing to know, what would I know? What do I know? What can I gift to the world? Right? Hey Anand,
I
any questions from you?
नहीं
Okay.
और इसलिए मैं कॉल ज्वाइन करा मैंने
Okay. Thank you for coming in. That's my nephew, guys. Thank you for being here. You
वेलकम
can put yourself mute.
So it's totally
Yeah.
okay not to teach them ABCD at all.
मैं जा
Pardon
ही
me?
रहा हूँ
I
Okay.
said it's totally okay not to teach them ABCD at all.
Is it? Is it? Are you willing to fail as a mother?
I don't feel like doing it
Again,
ever.
see, I'm not saying not to teach, guys. Don't take it that. You know, it was funny. Yesterday I was sitting and I was acknowledging that why everybody, when you start using these tools, I'm talking about the Access people, anybody who's not from Access, it's generally that we play that it's such a freedom the moment you join these questions and awarenesses to yourself. Suddenly people join, and when I also joined Access, it was like suddenly I put on weight. And everybody like, why do you put on weight? So I had this amazing awareness in while this call that because we suddenly feel that everything, because we were doing everything with so much of a pressure and shoulds and must from our coming from our parents, from the society, from everything all the time, that the moment we were we got that freedom that, oh, it's your choice. We left everything. How much we eat, okay, everything is an interesting point of view. And you know, we use that tool because we were like of a sigh of a relief. I remember when I think I don't have to go to the gym every morning. I don't have to, really tire my body. I have to ask my body, and my body would definitely say no, and I will get to the answer of no. It doesn't want to work out because it had been working out for years and years to be the perfect body. So initially, it was for a year. It kept happening that way, and then I was looking at. Then I started looking at other people who were in Access for a while, and then it was like, how come they're thin? And then over the year, when I kind of dwelled into it and started asking more questions, my own awarenesses started showing up. And I was being more present with myself, that I acknowledged that, wow, and then I started asking my body actually loved exercising. My body actually loved eating greens and, no, non-fried stuff, no sweets. It wasn't that I was doing out of force, but I thought that I was doing everything out of force. So the moment I acknowledged that and started, then I was actually in allowance of my body to ask, hey body, what do you want to do? And as a being, what would I like to choose here? Would I like to actually do this thing or not do this thing? Even if that upsets my mother, even that upsets my family, is this giving me joy? So everything, if I know nothing better, what do I know? What can I choose here? If I do not know this, what do I choose here? For everything, it started becoming that. If it had no reference point, what would I choose? So what if you can actually start being present with your own selves and start being in this question that, what if you knew nothing today? If there was no reference point? Today, if you're given that space, what would you choose? Not what your parents wanted. Are you willing to be a bad daughter, son, partner, parent? It's okay. Still we fail. Still we, do mistakes and everything. The more we are getting careful, the more we are stressed about it, the more mistakes we create, as per what is called mistake in this reality. But there is no mistake as such. Everything in your life is a gift. How you study, how much you can remember, I mean, if I look back and that's how I started treating with my son. I once went to my husband's college and they had the reunion. And, they were making me meet all the toppers of the, and they're like, oh, he used to have these many marks. He was the topper of our batch and this is this is this. And when I'm asking, hey, what, and then I also looked at my life where I joined my school groups on the WhatsApp and stuff. All the who's and who's of that time of when we were growing, the kids who had the best marks, who were topping in their classes, were nowhere. And I'm like, what happened to that pressure we had as a kid? We were like, if you do not get these good marks, then you're not a good student. And my entire life had this complex that I can't have good friends, they won't make me my friends. And I always used to perceive and know. And I mean, I had this whole judgment that maybe, I don't know what all they're creating in their lives. Probably, they must be doing this. But when I met with everybody, my school friends, and when I met my husband's college mates, they were like, very few of them could do better. I'm like, I'm doing so amazingly well. And everybody's like, yeah, you were like that. And I'm like, really? Was I like that? But I never saw myself like that. But I kept only looking at, and I was like, because I don't get good marks, or maybe I'm not pretty, so their people are not my friends. I hardly had any friends when I was in school. I hardly have any friends when I was in college. And now the world is friend to me. Because I was holding those complexes and and I'm thanks to this call that I'm getting and retrieving so much that probably I was aware of each of their heads, their complexes, their stuff, which I was picking because I am an autistic child too. So which I'm so grateful that I know this. And I have started acknowledging my difference. It does not make them good, bad, ugly, or me good, better, or worse. It just says we are different. So wherever we're holding all the memories from your childhood, from your schools, from your marks, how your parents treated you, can we let that go from our bodies? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the shop, and yes, Surpreet. You had a question?
Yeah, sometimes I feel that, so while doing access classes, I realized there is a part of me, or I may be a degree of autism. I may have that. I may not. I'm not sure.
You
But
may
I
or you are. You
am.
may or you are. So
I am.
see, this is thank you for being that vulnerable. This is how we play with ourselves. We start doubting. Doubting is killing yourself, guys. Do not doubt whatever comes. Maybe that is like being the greatness of yourself, and it might be like you thinking too much about yourself. Okay. It's so funny that we access people we feel so happy when we call ADHD and autism kids. It's such a proud. Oh, we know something different. In the reality, people do not acknowledge them. And I'm like,
I
okay.
don't take
Now
it.
people
I
tell
don't
me you're
take it as a
weird.
proudness.
I do. So that's a choice you have to make,
Yeah.
sweetheart. Like I do. People say, oh, you're a weirdo. You do not have brain. I'm like, yeah. How did you know that? And I'm actually from within so happy. I said, yeah, I'm a little weirdo. That's how I talk to my friend. This is, your brain wasn't treated well when you were young. I said, I do not have filters. This is, yeah, we do not have filters. You need to have filters. And I was laughing. I said, God forgot to put that machine in my head. And I'm okay. Now, and earlier I would sob, I'll come home, I'll have tears in my eyes. I'm like, shit, pata nahi, maybe my friends always laugh and they're like, you always have this complex that you're from a village and, you've grown up there. And I'm like, yeah, because every time I'm around people, I feel I'm dumb. I do not know. I can't talk so much of politics. I can't talk so much of technology. I can't do this. They said, but what you can talk, nobody can talk, right? I'm like, yeah. But it took me time. And it was okay. I was an allowance of not choosing. But now I do choose myself. I know I am different. And then I'm like, okay, what can they hear? And most of the time I'm quiet. Initially, I made my quietness wrong. I was like, why don't I speak? Then I would pick up. And even now, when I travel, I pick up heads of my neighbor who's sitting. Should I talk? Should I not talk? Do I do this? I am downloading every word from the other's head. That's my psychic capacity. And people don't need to speak in front of me. I know everything about them. It's funny, but then I'm like, okay, I know it. So now anybody talks, I start laughing within and then quiet. Yeah. That's it. And at times I do get into that mode of shit also where I am like making myself wrong, but I'm in allowance of it. So what if you're not wrong or right? You're different. The more you will acknowledge everybody around you, whether it's your kids, whether it's your family, they will acknowledge them. They will acknowledge you. And what a gift that is. Like the more I'm getting ease with myself, the more my son is more easy, because I knew he was different when he was born. I could see him very different, and I always thought that he's different. And I kept getting him books like, read, it's different, you are different, it's okay, it's okay. But it's so funny that it's like I ended up to be so different. I'm like, shit, okay. The more I acknowledge, now he gets it. Earlier, he would not even have it. Now he's like, I said, Dhruv, are you aware? Are you aware of the other child? Are you aware of the other person's head? Yeah. I said, okay, play with it. It's okay to get sad. It's okay to get into that mode at times. Be an allowance of you. I mean, you move in the society. You would like them to call you good. We're still holding ourselves into the books of being called good. It's okay. It's just an information I'm giving you. Be an allowance of you that you're not able to get it now, but you will get it. The day you choose it right now, today, that whatever Aradhana says, we are choosing and we are willing to acknowledge our change. It's that simple. It'll come to you. And all the contributions, all the fairies to you to have it. Whoever wants to have it. Yeah. Anything else coming up? Any other questions which are showing up for
Yeah,
today?
hi Aradhana, Nancy
Yeah, who's
here.
that? Who's that?
Nancy.
Nancy. Hey,
Yeah.
Nancy.
Hi,
Good to
how
see
are you?
you.
Same
Awesome.
here. Can we talk about comparisons around siblings and jealousy factor?
Yeah.
Because, see, the thing is like, I was always compared, or my sisters were compared to me, or I was compared to them.
Mm-hmm.
But now, having two sons, I don't compare them with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I get that energy from everywhere. Like whenever I go, either my in-laws compare them, or my
Mm-hmm.
husband compare my kids,
Mm-hmm.
or like any friend of mine compare her son to my son. Like, can we talk about that? What
Yeah,
questions
so
can I ask around it?
thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. So I think we did touch this topic yesterday. So what is comparison is equal to judgment.
Okay.
Comparison is completely judgment. So you say that you do not, but how much of the memory do you have of your comparison with your sister, with everybody till date? So as I said before, your kids are picking your head inside, not what you're pretending to be with them. So they're also picking up your thoughts. Yeah. So they're also picking up your thoughts. You pretend, see guys, this is very, very tricky. Honestly, what you say and pretend, I'm this, I'm trying to be with this, it's way different. We are energy. We read energy, we sense energy, and that is when the first time kids get confused. Be truthful, be honest to your kids. I could never pretend in front of my son. Like, this is what's going on with me. And today I saw this movie, De De Pyar De. So it was amazing thing that lady says that, if the kids are willing to take the best part of their kids, their parents, why can't they take the shit part of it also? They're also liable to take that. I'm like, yay, awesome, I like that. Why not? Where are we judging? Because we are judging it as a wrong and right. But it is what it is. So what are you trying to hide from them?
Yeah, because I think I was always known for, like my mother used to tell me, I don't remember, she used to tell me that you are always different, you are jealous of this, you are jealous. And I see that same thing my son is doing now. So
how much
what
did
is
you
it?
hate that about your mother? And how much was it you or was it your mom? But it's so difficult to say that my mom was jealous. Other you'll be a bad daughter if you say that today.
No, it was me.
I'm smart. I told you I'm psychic. I told you.
But still, I didn't get that. I mean, like, how? The question comes up, how? She can't be
There's no
jealous of
high.
me.
There's no interesting
Yeah,
point of
I
view, right?
know. Yeah.
There's no hows and whys of this in this reality.
Yeah,
Then you'll
right.
keep going round. It's just a fact. And the moment I said, you laughed. You know it, right? So it's like,
Yeah, it seems light.
yes. But that is where we are first making ourselves wrong, sweetheart. That's what you've been
Yeah.
struggling till date with you. So can you
Yeah.
light in your head go and you're willing to say fuck you, mom? Sorry to use that word on this thing.
It's
It's
difficult.
okay. It's an energy that you put behind and said it's mother.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah.
is the basic confusion in our lives, guys, where it
Oh,
starts
yeah.
from.
Right.
Because we are aware of the energy, and that is exactly what you're doing with your kids. And again, your kids would do that with their kids. This is the chain we are following. So, what if you can break that chain? It is not about making her wrong or she's bad.
Yeah. Got that.
She
Yeah.
didn't know better. I mean, whatever she probably you might change today, she might change it from her reality. She's
Wow.
holding it because she's teaching you and she's gifting you something which today, if you acknowledge, just acknowledgement. My entire life changed the day I acknowledge, and it doesn't mean that I don't love my mom. I love my mom, like how? But there are so many facts which I resisted in her and made wrong, and I'm like, okay, now it's okay. Am I willing to be that energy? Yeah, sure. Why not? And she used her to everything to her advantage. And it is very obvious of getting, little thing because that we've been so compared all the time. We get insecure of our age. We get, okay, my daughter is looking more pretty. Is my husband getting into that thing, because the male-female relationship, all the mothers when are so close to their sons is okay. But, fathers go through a hell because their emotions are shown in a different way from their private parts. So they think that they're wrong. The excitement, the orgasm shows up in the body in a different way, and then they make themselves wrong. And that's how men have been always been put away from the women. That's not fair. I mean, there's no fair and not fair, but that's what it is. What if they're not wrong? It's just the excitement of seeing the little baby, but then they make themselves wrong as fathers, and we as a daughters or a kids pick up from their head and take that as a rejection of ourselves. Because as a kid, we do not know that. And the mother is aware of that energy, of a sexual energy, so she makes that wrong. And that's where the comparison within her starts. That, okay, am I that pretty? Was I pretty? Because she had it with her father or with her, siblings or anybody like that. It's just a chain which is going round and round and round. What if you can just break it? It's just that simple. Energy is energy. You put mother there, you put father there, you put Nancy there, you put Aradhana there. Acknowledgement is the key to magic. If you'll acknowledge, it is nothing that you're going and telling her that you're bad. It's just that you're acknowledging she was jealous of you. That's fine. And then the more you acknowledge, and okay, she's see, nobody is more prettier than any. I don't get that. Everybody's the beauty in their own. But this is the judgment. That is where we have to go beyond. And everything around you will start shifting. Yeah? Does that make you easy?
Yes. Thank you.
Most welcome. And then the comparison gets over. That's where we are confusion. And that's when I actually started the topic of being loved. Because in our world, love is very confusing because we are aware of the mother's jealousy or the father's problem issues, but then we make it ours. But it's about them. We are picking their heads, and then we are hearing something else from their mouth. But energetically, we're picking something else, and then we start thinking wrong. That how can we think about our mother, and not even mother? Very close friends when we are going in friendships because he is so close friend of mine, or he is my nephew, or he is my father, or he is my uncle. They cannot cheat me. But our energy is saying, awareness is saying they're going to cheat you. But then how can they? So then you put yourself on an autopilot of shutting down that awareness. And then when it happens, then you're not angry with them, you're angry with your own self that you were aware and you did not react then. So everywhere you guys have put your awareness and shut your awareness in the name of relationships. Could you today destroy and uncreate that and let that open up? Be willing to be present, be willing to call anybody bitch or a bastard or whatever makes you lighter. Because actually it's funny, I had all those point of views around these abuses. Like, why do you have to call anybody a bitch? How can you call somebody stupid? How can you call somebody bastard? But it was funny when somebody told me that people who use these languages just for fun are more happier. So one day I practiced sitting and I laughed and laughed and laughed like how? Then there were a lot of my friends and I made them do it in Hindi. I said, nahi, aaj to tum bolo. And another friend of mine, she really uses it, and it used to make the whole room hilarious. And then I'm like, wow, so many point of views are held there. So now I really abuse because it's so much of fun to do that. Because I have no point of view left. And a lot of people are like, why the hell are you abusing us? It's just because I can. It's fun. What if you don't have to reason anybody ever for anything? That's my mantra. Why are you spending so much? Because I can. Why are you doing this? Because I can. I don't have to have a reason to do anything. It's my choice. When you choose for you, you will you will never harm anybody. You will not choose for others. So be willing to choose for yourself. Be willing to have your own back. Acknowledge the difference you truly be. Yes. Any more questions, guys? Yes, Ajay Dhanika.
Aradhana,
Hi.
I joined in late. I wasn't there yesterday, so wanted to ask you one. I have
Can you be
a
louder?
12-year-old.
Yeah, be a little louder,
Can you hear me
please.
now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a 12-year-old kid who is always on the phone, on the screen, somewhere or the other, like watching some videos or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to study, doesn't want to play,
Mm-hmm.
just wants to 24/7 in front of a screen.
Mm-hmm. And you do not like that.
No.
So we've spoken a lot on the call one about it. And we did speak of yesterday. Call one is on the group anyway, so you can re-listen it if you haven't heard that. But then it is also, guys, what if you can give your rebel against gadgets that they're wrong first? You know, they should not be playing. If they, it's, I have a very simple mantra in life. People say don't smoke, don't drink, don't do this. They put pictures, and I'm like, okay, why do you even manufacture it? You do not want your kids to do it. Why do you even give them? Correct? So that's a choice you're making because you do not want to be a bad father. And you're not willing to take them from them that, you never know, a child would do something to himself, and they're growing up child, they have that anger with them. So first, be clear. You want to be a good father, or you want to be okay to be a bad father? What is more important right now for you?
I'm okay to be a very bad father, no problem. But only thing is, my own concern is like he's always playing shooting games, killing games. It's like I don't know what is that effective and in what way. Like,
So whose point of view is that? Where did you learn? Where are you making killing wrong? If nobody ever killed, this planet would be overcrowded. Yeah. What if you can have fun with that? See, if you give a point of view away, it might change. But you holding that point of view, how much of point of views you have around killing? So how much judgment do you have around that area that he's showing you? What is he gifting you that you're not receiving from him?
interesting.
Everything that is when you let you go. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, all nasha, bosom. You never ever anything will catch your energy unless you have a point of view. You will be bugged only where you have a point of view.
Oh, okay.
And the more you rebel, the more you will get it. It'll keep daunting on your face. That's how it happens with our bodies. That's how it happens in our lives. That thing which the patterns keep showing more and more intensely. And in bodies, it shows like diseases, like cancer and stuff, because we are holding. And people are coming and gifting you a lot of stuff which you're not willing to receive. So wherever you have that resistance, first thing is, what am I not willing to look here? What gift are they gifting me? And can you put your barriers down to everything there? And what have you made media? Because if media is not that great, then why are you using the media? Today you're using media. First, be grateful to the media. Be grateful to the gadgets, and then make a choice. Like I made that choice with my son. Hey, if you want to do this, this is the time and I need the result. You play the whole night, I don't care. I need my results. I'm very clear if I'm paying for it. Allowance for me first. And I was willing to throw, and he till date says, he says, you threw me out and you threw me on the chat. I said, really? I don't even remember. He says, I remember. Ask me, it's there. I said, why didn't you go? He says, because I didn't have. I said, now choose to have before I throw you again. But he's like, You're a Hitler. I'm like, yeah, I work for what I work for me, and I know as a mother what I know. So what are you unwilling to be? That if you be will change everything for you. Everything that brought us for all of us, can we let that go? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot talk on the show. End of the day, it's a good book, guys. Good book. So today, play with this tonight, where all you are trying to be good book. Please release all the point of views. Hope that helps, Ajay. You need more
Absolutely.
awareness there.
Yep.
Okay, be in question.
Sure.
So I think it's time for us to say goodbye for today. Please go to your
Aradhana,
memories. Play. Yes.
can I
Who's
have a
that?
question?
Fast because we are finishing. It'll get cut down then.
Just
Yes.
1 minute. You
Who's it?
said the child said ki he sees ghost and things like that, and you said that there is nothing like ghost. So can
Is it?
the
Have you ever seen a ghost? Is my question. I'm very excited. I get very overexcited for this topic somehow.
No, I'm just asking.
Huh.
I just read somewhere that kids can see like spirits and all and
Yeah,
ghosts.
of course. Do you remember that you could see when you were young?
No, I don't remember, but the child was asking, so I just
So see, there are these entities. There is a different spirit world. There are beings who are present. So it's okay that we talk to them, and we are aware of that. And but we start giving form and structure. There are good entities, bad entities, and every kind of entity. So we give them a form and structure, looking at the pictures and what our adults have sold, and what we see in these media, or we read in the comics or stuff. So then we start, as a child, we start forming in our heads. So we give them a face. But otherwise, if you do not have a reference, can you give face? So, like, a lot of faces have been given. My face has been given behind this energy. I'm just an energy, right? But I've been formed. So, in that also, in your dreams, in your vision, you can form a lot of structures.
okay,
So it's a choice. So, but if you acknowledge, because you are the creator of everything. So it's like once you sow the seed, only can the plant grow. You are the seed. Everything around you has been created by you. So that entity or the energies around you is also named by you. So when you acknowledge that you are the creator and you are the biggest source, you are the source for everything, you don't have to get scared of anything. There is nothing called fear.
okay.
Because I was very excited. I still don't get scared of anything. I get scared of humans than the entities.
Okay.
I love
So
entities.
if some child says that they see something like this and
Yeah.
they are
So ask
talking
them, where did
to
they
you.
learn about it? Ask them questions. What do they know about it? And please tell them, educate them that you are the source of your life. Nobody can harm you because you have a body. You are stronger than them. And what if you can tell them, like I told Rehan, that tonight you tell them. And then he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I still go to kids. When Rehan said I got excited, did you ever see it? Can you send it to me? Because I'm like, there's nothing that exists. See, even if you see the movies made by man, there is no properly ghost ever. There you'll find a human who has created that, generally. But these are powers, but if you let any power overpower you, your judgments overpower you, they become the demons. So
Okay.
your judgments are the biggest demon of your life. Okay. So as much, whatever shape to that judgment you keep giving will keep creating bigger and bigger. And then it can sound like a ghost, or it can sound like any skull or whatever you want to give the face to. But there is no. So ask truth. Is there any ghost? What do you guys get? Yes or no?
I'm not getting it. Yes.
Yeah. So play, it, guys. Trust you. So the gift magic is trust you. Trust your knowing.
Okay.
What I know for me, I know. What you know for you, you know. I cannot be you, you cannot be me. And how can we have fun with each other? Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, all of you. I have
Sunita,
so
you
much
will
a
have
pleasure.
to
stop the recording. You became the host again. Could you
Oh.
just stop the recording?
How do I do that?
You go into, there will be written more over there. A more option will come.
More option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Yeah.
go there and the recording will show. Just stop it from there.
Okay.